Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Bull City Hangout 5-3. I'm Pat Murray. I publish the Durham Skywriter, that's Durham's online community paper, which I invite you to check out at durhamskywriter.com. With Bull City Hangout, I tell you what's happening today in Durham, and then I invite you to click on that link on the Facebook site and join me on camera, shoot the breeze, share information, etc. So I'm going to start out with a couple of things from the Word page, the nonprofit and government information page. I do like to mention at the top of the month that I do list the local American Red Cross classes. They're not free, but they are affordable. And so they have, like CPR and pediatric and adult first aid, that sort of thing, all kinds of different classes. And then there's online classes. Now, the classes that I mentioned it's like a combination of online and classroom classes. And then there's online only classes like babysitting basics, advanced child care training, first aid for opioid overdoses, etc., first aid for severe bleeding, all kinds of really interesting, and they're really affordable. The online classes are definitely affordable. And there's a couple of free ones, like, for example, water safety for parents and caregivers. Summer's coming, so that's important to know. And also psychological first aid, supporting yourself and others during COVID-19. That's also a free class. All right. I think I have somebody dropping in, Fran B. I'll be right with you. Okay. Let's see. Also, there are small business centers across the state. They have free webinars, including our very own Durham Technical Community College. So let's see what's on the schedule for today. Let's see. Let me scroll down. There's lots on this page. You should definitely check it out. So today from 6 until 8, retirement planning for small business. These are free, so you can sign up in advance and then attend. Also, from 6:30 to 7:30, financing your small business. Also, from 7 until 8:30, LinkedIn for small business, rock your profile. LinkedIn, don't sleep on that. It's really very useful, and I need to master that. Okay, also the state wants our help with promoting COVID-19 vaccinations. They're calling it Bringing Summer Back, a 4-week campaign for local groups and individuals to participate in and try to convince their neighbors, friends, family, etc., to get those vaccinations so that we can get back to our lives. So no editorializing, just check it out if you're interested on the on the Word page. All righty, and let's see, I think SCORE has a free workshop tomorrow. SCORE is the Service Corps of Retired Executives. They have free workshops, webinars. They also have free mentors. They can help you out if you're starting a business or running a business and you need advice. So let's see, tomorrow at 1 o'clock, they're going to have a free webinar called From Veteran to Entrepreneur, Starting Your Own Business. Sign up in advance and then attend that. Now let's go to the health page. Of course, I have your COVID information, your updates. You can just check that out at your convenience. Also, mental and emotional health support coach Nakikia Wilson and also mental health clinician Dr. Shanna Williams. They'll be co-hosting a panel discussion tonight, but also every Monday this month because it is Mental Health Awareness Month. Today's talk at 8 o'clock online for free will be called Generational Toxic Behaviors and Attitudes. So be sure to check that one out. It's free. Okay, let's see where OptumServe is today. They administer free tests for COVID-19. They've been signed up by the state to do so. With it being Monday, they are at Oldham Towers until 4:30. Tomorrow, they will be at El Centro Hispano until 6. Drive-through available, 10 to 6, and then also at McDougal Terrace and Oxford Manor. So these are free tests. If you're out and about, working and whatnot, why not get tested every week since it's free? All right, let's go to the senior page. Just one quick announcement. Of course, the Durham Senior Games continue. However, today's events, and I was hoping to get some footage, the softball throw for men and women, that has been moved up to Thursday because of the rain in the forecast. And that's going to be at Campus Hills Park. That's going to be on Thursday, so they moved that up. All righty, legalese, a couple of items from the legal page. Durham City Council will be meeting today, regular meeting online from 7 until 10. If you want to look at the agenda, go to the legalese page and click, read the agenda, check it out, and then there's several ways to watch the meeting via Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all kinds of ways, websites. So check that out on the legalese page. Also, there's going to be an event, Legal Aid NC, as they do every Monday. They host Home, that's housing, on Monday evening, where they'll talk about a range of topics dealing with housing, including evictions, etc. Also, find out how they can help you. Very important. So again, this is going to be this evening from 4 until 5. It's called Home, sponsored by Legal Aid NC. All right, the last page that we will visit is the Let's Go calendar of events page. So let's see. New Visions of Africa restaurant will be distributing free meals this evening or this afternoon from 3 until 6. These are for people in need. They're on Fayetteville Street next door to W.D. Hill. Also, I told you about Legal Aid NC's housing on Monday evening, told you about that. The Triangle Rock Club will be the site for a campaign for the nonprofit Project Life Movement. They want people to sign up who are able to be donors for people who are interested in helping folks with blood cancer. So very important. Lives can be saved with a bone marrow or stem cell transplant. So learn about that at a special event that's going to be held at the Triangle Rock Club on Martin Luther King Parkway from 4 until 8 this evening. Also, there's going to be an African dance class held at the Hayti Heritage Center. It's $5, and you stay home. The teachers are going to be at the Hayti. It's an online event, and it should be really fun. Also, speaking of fun, Marvis Fun, she's holding her online Stay Well virtual line dance class from 7 until 8. It's on Zoom, and it's free. Write to Marvis. The link is right there on the Let's Go page, and then she'll send you the Zoom link. 100 Black Men of the Triangle East, they'll be presenting a third of their 5-part financial literacy series. You don't have to be a man or you don't have to be Black to learn this. This is all about financial literacy. So this is going to be this evening from 7 until 8:30. It's a free event. Get a hold of your finances and get them in order. Very, very useful. All right. Now, tomorrow, the Sheriff's Office has their rabies vaccination clinic, as they do on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. $10 cash only. Get your pet vaccinated for rabies. They have 2 sessions from 9:30 until 11, or you can choose 2 to 3:30. Last but not least, Durham Central Park will be having story time with Barnaby D. Troll, as, let's see, Miss Kristen will be leading the kids with a children's story, songs, and, playing on the equipment, all that sort of thing. It's going to be really cute. So this is for young people, ages 2 to 5. The 5-year-olds do have to wear masks, but otherwise it's free and carefree. There you go. I don't even think you have to sign up. You just show up. It's a free event. Let's check the weather real quick and then bring in our guest. It looks like Fran B is waiting. So it is 75 and cloudy. It's getting really dark right now. It's supposed 100% chance of rain this afternoon. We're even going to get thunderstorms, like from noon until like 3-ish or 4-ish. So just be knowledgeable of that. Tomorrow is going to be 88. It's going to be cloudy. I don't think it's going to rain tomorrow, but we'll see. What should I know? So let's bring in Fran B. Let's meet her and see what's new. Hello, Fran. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Are you a Durhamite?
Not originally, but I kind of consider myself as one. I've been here since 1997.
Oh, well, definitely you're a Durhamite. I'm actually from Chicago, so.
Okay. I'm originally from New York.
Awesome. I love New York so much. I used to visit my great aunt there. She lived in the Bronx.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, talk about fun. New York is a fun city.
Well,
It's a tough city.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
a tough city,
yeah.
but it's fun.
When I have found, and I didn't really realize this, but I have found from a lot of people as I was growing up that when you live in New York or near the city, you don't visit it as much. When you're not in New York or in the city, that's where everybody wants to go.
That's really funny. And in fact, the New Yorkers that I met, because like I said, I used to visit my great aunt, and I also attended Fordham one semester. And we had a very modest exchange program. And so our sister school was Fordham. And it was so funny. Most New Yorkers that I met had never seen any of the tourist attractions.
Yeah. Yes. And that goes along with what I was saying. I think usually the first introduction to New York is sometimes like maybe on a class trip.
Okay.
I had my first introduction to the city was my grandfather. I needed glasses, and my grandfather took me down to the city to Pearl Vision.
Okay.
And I got glasses, and then he took me to Radio City Music Hall, and we watched MacArthur.
Nice.
Now that I'm dating myself there.
Wow. Well, I didn't realize until I went to New York that when New Yorkers say the city, I'm like, what is the city? And they said, that's Manhattan. Oh,
yeah.
Because when you're not a New Yorker, you don't know if there's any real difference.
Right.
But then you realize when you go there, there's a huge difference between Brooklyn and the Bronx.
You can see it's a very it's geographically different. It's ethnically different. It's socially different. I mean, there's so much involved in that. But when now I grew up about an hour north of the city, so the city was at my beck and call whenever I wanted.
Nice.
But when I tell people that I'm from New York, they'll say, "Oh, where at?" And I just say about an hour north of the city, and they'll go, "Oh, upstate." Well, no, because there's more upstate than an hour north of the city.
Well, New York is big, though.
Yeah. So I end up telling people that I'm from the West Point area. So everybody usually knows where West Point is.
Yeah.
Thereabouts. So,
it's famous.
Yeah.
So what do you do here in Durham?
How do you like
it?
I'm retired.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was finally time. I just kicked back, did the finances, kicked back, and told my husband. My husband retired 2 years ago. Oh my goodness, it's raining like crazy.
It's drizzling just a bit here.
Oh,
just a tiny bit.
Downpour here.
Whoa.
So my husband retired from the North Carolina National Guard 3 years ago, and he had 39 and a half years of service.
Okay.
And I had retired from the Army in 96.
Okay.
So I did a whole lot of, touring and anyhow, long story short, I ended up here, and I met my husband, and we stuck it out. This year will be 21 years married.
Congrats.
Thank you. And we thoroughly enjoy it here, but I was really disappointed in having to get up and go to work every day while he was still in bed. I was very jealous. I said, hold on here. Wait a minute, boo. Let's do some math.
So now that you're both retired, are you going to, do you have plans like buying a boat or that sort of thing, or an RV or that sort of thing?
We have a fifth wheel travel trailer, a fifth wheel.
Ooh.
We have one of those. I have my own pontoon boat. He has a bass boat. And
Ooh.
we, for the summer, we did this last year as sort of like a, let's try it out kind of thing. And we got asked to come back. We're
Mhm.
actually camp hosts at Holly Point at Falls Lake in the campground.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
I haven't been to Falls Lake I really like Falls Lake, and I haven't been there in years.
Yeah. It's
They
really
have the
nice.
cutest little beach.
Yes. Yes. Well, they
It's
actually have a
adorable.
couple of them. You know, they
Oh,
have a couple. Trying to think. You're probably thinking of Sandling Beach.
I
Uh,
think so.
yeah, that has
Mhm.
the big pavilion.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's Sandling Beach. That's a bit of ways from the campground, but yeah, there's nice beaches there, and there's lots to do there. Lots of hiking
Yeah.
trails. So so we thoroughly
I
enjoyed.
need I need to get back out there.
Well, you know, you can always go on the uh, I think it's North Carolina State Recreation Falls Lake, something like that. State Recreation area.
Actually,
Yes.
on the sports page, the Durham Skywriter, there's you can click on the big green button, and that takes you to the Great Outdoors page. And I
Yes,
do list the activities at Falls Lake, Eno River, William B. Umstead, and what's the other one? And Jordan Lake.
Jordan. Yeah.
Mhm.
They have awesome, they have also printable maps on there for the hiking
Mhm.
trails. So and they have,
Right.
you know, they even have walk-in like primitive camping if you're really in, you know, to the down and dirty and want to get dirty, that kind of thing. Yeah,
I don't
not
know
not
much
so
about
much.
camping.
Yeah, I mean, I loved camping. And I
Mhm.
camped, I mean, I was a Girl Scout, so I camped growing up. But as I got
Mhm.
older, it got harder and harder to get off the mattress on the ground. So I said, I can't do
Oh,
this anymore.
yeah. I was a
So
Girl Scout. We didn't I only went to day camp. My sister got to go to overnight.
uh-huh.
So I don't really know that much about camping. The only camping we had, the kind of camping we did was, you had your little tents and stuff, but it wasn't overnight.
Oh,
So,
okay. So
but I
that's
have
good.
sat around a campfire,
Yeah.
so I've done that.
Well,
I've
that's
made
good.
s'mores.
Just the smell of the smoke and eating s'mores. That's
Yeah,
camping. To me, that's camping.
exactly. And somebody has to have an acoustic guitar. You
Yeah,
have
well,
to
I can
sing
play guitar,
"Kumbaya."
but you know, we have a lot of luxuries out there too. So we call
Mhm.
it glamping. It's glamorous camping.
Oh, okay. You made that up. You need to patent that
I
phrase.
made it up, but I read it somewhere like about a year ago. I said, wait, that's my word.
Glamping. I like that. Glamping. Glamping. Nice. If you ever want to give us some tips or advice or hints or anything dealing with the outdoors or camping or what's going on at Falls Lake,
Hmm.
feel free to drop by again.
Okay.
Bull City Hank, or send me information that I could put in the drums. I don't know if you've actually seen, go to, I don't know if you've actually gone to drumskywriter.com and
Not yet.
actually seen Drum Skywriter. But yeah, it's like a little newspaper, but it's online. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's really cute. Check it
there is going to be a big, if you're used to camping out there, and I think it's actually on the front page of the state recreational area site.
out.
Um, there's going to be a big camping switch this year because
Oh,
they're upgrading from 30 amp on all the electrical sites to 50 amp, which is what most of your newer campers are. Now they'll have them both, but they're
mm-hmm.
upgrading. So while they're upgrading, they're going to be closing campgrounds.
Oh, let me write
And
that
the first one that they're closing is Rolling View by the marina.
down. Okay.
And I think it's going to be in July or August, maybe. I'm not 100%
Okay.
sure. The
Okay.
definite, yeah, the dates have changed, but then we just found out from the ranger at Holly Point that the bid, somebody did the bid wrong and it had to be done all over again.
Oh, wow.
So,
Okay.
and if you've
Okay.
ever dealt with the government, you know how long that takes. So,
I've heard about it.
yeah. So,
So I
so
will definitely check that out. I
yeah,
appreciate that.
they're
Yeah.
They're going to be closed for the majority of the summer.
Okay.
But Holly Point, which normally closes October 31st, is going to be open all winter long now, because
Wow, right
Rolling View was the all year round campsite.
Okay. Okay.
So Holly Point is going to be the open all year round this year.
Okay. I'm
And I
taking
think
note
it might close by like April of next year, something like that, March or April of next year. But all that information's on the front page for the fall break page.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Do you have any other information for Durham Skywriter? No pressure. No pressure.
There's a new, these are for the boaters, if they're not aware. There is a new Coast Guard regulation about keeping your ignition switch attached to your life vest while you're driving. While the engine is running, you must have the ignition switch. And they make these coil things that you put on the end of them, and it's not going to pull the key out. If you walk away too far, it's going to pull the key out, but it'll tug a little bit before you realize, oh wait, I'm still attached to the boat. It must be attached to you while the engine is running. That's
okay. Now, why did they implement this rule? What happened to make them make this decision?
There's been a lot of accidents with people falling overboard and the engine still running and the boat like either taking off or, other mishaps.
I did hear somebody got hit with their boat and died. Yeah.
Yes. So that way, if the person who's driving, if something happens to that person, then the boat is going to automatically shut off. Which is a smart idea.
Okay, that is smart. I've never. Have I ever been on a boat? Let's see. I've never been on a. Wait a minute. I've been on a ferry boat, but I've never been on the kind of boat you're talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay.
Yep.
I will add that.
It's for, I believe, there's a certain footage, and I can't remember what it was, but that you're going to be able to find that on the Coast Guard page.
Okay.
And this law was just implemented in April, I think, March or April.
Okay, I will add that. I really appreciate
good to know. And the wildlife rangers, they do patrol the lakes, so you must be careful, and you must have all your proper information with you, like the registration and all that kind of good stuff, and life jackets for everybody on the boat. So
yeah, because somebody just drowned this week. They didn't have on life jackets.
Yeah. Some people think that they're really great swimmers and they don't need it. But understand that as you're sitting here right now and you know that you can swim, you think you can swim. But when you're put into a circumstance that requires extra strength, different circumstances, you really don't know what you can handle. And also even great swimmers can be harmed by that.
Right. And also if you are a good swimmer, but you're trying to help someone.
Yes.
Who's also falling in the water.
Yeah. That happens a lot.
Because now I'm not a good swimmer, so I didn't take the first aid course with the lifeguard or whatever you call it, where you try to save people. I was told the first thing you learn when you're learning like lifeguarding and that sort of thing is how to break holds. Because what happens when you jump in the water to save someone, they will do anything to keep their head above water, which includes pushing you down, not meaning to kill you, of course.
Right.
But yeah, and they will grab you and they will for dear life, literally. And so they teach
to get behind them.
Yeah. So they teach you how to handle that so that they won't drown you, because they're not trying to kill you.
No,
they're just trying to stay alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty important stuff. I actually have a life jacket, even though I mean I haven't been on a. Oh, I did go. I got a life jacket because I took such a fun little trip on Eno River. Of those it was like my first. It was on a floating raft thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then and then I went on a little boat where you row
Canoe.
the boat. Yeah.
Hmm.
Obviously, I'm not experienced, but it was so fun.
Yeah.
It was
Well,
so.
water safety is important right now. It's getting warmer and
Mhm.
people are heading for the water. So it's important. You should always, regardless of how great of a swimmer you think you are, you should always have a life jacket. And at the
Oh,
swimming beaches at Falls Lake, they always have extra life jackets there for
mm,
you to use.
okay.
So, it's nothing classy. It's the basic orange square
Mhm.
bag,
That's
kind of
fine.
thing. But, you know, just take one and bring it
Yeah,
back, you know?
exactly.
Like, don't take it back to your campsite, but, put
Mhm.
it back on the hook when you're done. It
And
could save you a trip.
it doesn't cost that much to own one.
No, I
They're real
mean,
cheap.
the investment is worth it.
Yeah.
The investment is worth
Mhm.
it. And I can tell you that they're probably about $35, $40 on
Yeah.
Amazon.
Yeah.
Um, Probably the same price, maybe in the low 30s at Walmart.
Mhm.
But
I think I paid around 30, something like 30 for mine. And it was worth it, even though I only went on that little trip once. And I figured that was so much fun that if somebody ever says, hey, let's do this again, like impromptu,
yeah,
then I will know I have
I
my
got a
jacket.
life jacket.
Exactly. Let's go.
That sounds awesome. I've never done that, and I would like to do that. I'd like to go
Mm.
tubing.
Yeah. Ooh, I've never. You mean the inner tube?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
I've seen that. That I don't know because they go really fast.
Well, there is a place that my daughter goes to every year for her birthday. It's in the mountains, and it's more of a lazy river kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
And it's not fast at all. And
Okay.
I've always wanted to do that.
Hmm.
So it won't. I'm probably too old now. I probably can't get in and out of the tube.
Well, I'm sure you can. It can't be that difficult. Just take your time, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, just take your time. I mean, don't eliminate fun due to age.
Yeah,
Yeah, just keep at it. Yeah. This is really fun talking with. I do hope you drop by again. I hope
I
we
will
get to
try
talk
to.
again. And I love the information that you just provided. I will check out the Rolling View and Holly Point switching places and the Coast Guard page regarding the ignition switch of your
Mhm,
boat. And I definitely have to look that up because I'm not even familiar with the terminology. So I will definitely read up on that and
mhm.
add that to the sports page, the Great
Okay, great,
Outdoors page. I really
great.
appreciate that. So,
I'm glad
when
you can
so you
learn
said
something.
you and your husband, you said you're hosts at
Yes,
Fall Break?
yes, we're camp hosts.
That's cool. Is that a job?
It's a non-paying job, but in
Mhm.
turn, we stay there for free,
Ooh,
so
nice.
we
So
don't
that
have to
means
camp.
so when people come to camp at Falls Lake, you tell them what.
What's up? You know, they
Okay.
they normally will come to the camp host for questions like, I just drove through the gate and there was nobody at the gate, but I know what my site is. How are they going to know? It's simple. Here's what you do, and we tell them, just go back up after like 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning or so, and just
Mhm.
tell them that you're here, and then you can get your tag. I mean, or they have patrols all the time, and a patrol
Mhm.
person will probably stop and say, "Do you have a tag yet?" So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Okay. And
so
so people do sleep overnight at
oh
Falls
yes,
Lake?
oh yes. The So Holly Point has, I think, 5 areas to it. Some of them are primitive, non-electric. Some of them are all electric. Some of them are split.
Okay.
The loop that we are hosts on is all electric. So the majority of the people who come are people with RVs, travel trailers, pop-ups, fifth wheels, that kind of thing. Little
Okay.
towboat trailers, the campers, whatnot. Very rarely, we have seen on occasion, because I know I've done it, when we were transitioning from a tent to a camper, just to get the electric and the water on your site.
Yeah.
People come and put up a couple of tents and, camp as a family, and they'll have electric and water right there. So, I mean, and that's done
cool.
too. But yeah, I mean, the max you can stay at any one campsite is 14 days.
Okay.
And then you must take, now don't quote me on this, but then you must take a break of, I think, 3, 4, maybe 6 days. And then
give somebody else a chance to enjoy the outdoors.
Yeah. And then you can come back for another 14.
Okay.
And yes. So, and that's in the same campground. So, that in that respect, they consider Rolling View and Holly Point one campground. So you can't, I don't think you can go from Holly Point to Rolling View to Holly Point to Rolling View. I may be wrong, but but definitely you can go to Jordan Lake, and go camp there, and then you can come back to Holly Point. When my husband and I were just tent campers, we got smart, and we each made an account, so that on his account we stayed 14 days, and on my account we could stay 14 days or longer.
That's cheating. No, it's not. Okay, that's smart. That is smart. That is smart. I wish there was a way. Like, I wish the North Carolina parks had like lessons or classes, because there's a lot of people like myself, big city folks, who have heard about camping but don't know the first thing about it. I guess you can watch YouTube videos, I suppose. Yeah. I mean, you can learn everything on YouTube pretty much, including almost like heart surgery.
Yeah. I mean, really, YouTube is should be everybody's best friend by now.
Yeah, you're right.
But obviously, there's got to be something in Parks and Recreation about camping.
Yeah, I've never seen an introduction to camping, and like I said, I list all of the free events at these 4 parks.
Right.
And I have yet to see an introduction to camping or how to camp. I guess they just assume if you're there, but they shouldn't assume that.
No, they shouldn't, because some things it just doesn't make sense to people until they see, oh, that makes sense.
Actually, if you could suggest that, I would love that for the different parks, to offer an open house / introduction, because a lot of people, like, I watched the videos and they were saying how you just don't lie on the ground with your backpack. I mean, sleeping bag. You get like a foam thing that you can lie on, and I mean, I wouldn't know that kind of thing And a lot of people don't think to look at videos on YouTube, and they just don't go because they figure, well, I don't know anything about it. My kids want to camp, but I don't know how, so we can't go. So if you could suggest that, and I think I'll suggest it too, for at the beginning of the season, that they have like an open house where you can come for free and look around and see what camping is all about. Because I'll tell you, I bet a lot of inner city people too, they might be from the South, but that doesn't automatically mean they know about camping.
Right.
Exactly. And even suburbanites, they might not know either. So I think that would be a good idea, because I think more people would go camping if they knew what it was all about. Because, the kids all want to do it because they see it on TV.
and it's outside.
Exactly.
My kids loved camping because the minute that we got to our spot and set up, boom, gone. They found kids other places, and they
Wow.
took with them all weekend almost. Like, okay, it's time
Wow.
to go. Oh,
Well, that's cute.
yeah.
That's
So,
real
and
cute.
kids are resilient like that. They
Mhm.
seek out other kids to play with and such. But yeah, so that's a great idea.
Yeah, because again, the more people know, the more I mean, people sometimes they just need an introduction to something,
Mhm. Yep.
you know. But the barrier is great because if you don't know, you're not necessarily going to try it out. Like
Right.
my friend Blanche, um, like myself, grew up on the south side of Chicago. She knew nothing about the outdoors or camping. But when she had kids, all of a sudden she became outdoor mom. They had tents and they went camping. I was like, what are you doing?
Yep.
She wanted to treat her kids to, whatever life had to offer. So she took it upon herself to learn.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
I admire her for
those
that.
are practical things too that help
Mm-hmm.
you in life. I mean, everything helps you in life in one way or another, but
Mm-hmm.
camping kind of like gets you um, to understand things like nature
Mm-hmm.
and how to take care of things,
Mm-hmm.
and a little mini kind of survival thing, like how would I do this? What are some of the cheats that I can do if I don't want to pay for an electric site? How can I do this? That
Oh,
kind of thing.
solar energy and all that sort of thing.
Yes, exactly. So, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it makes you think a little farther than just the here and now.
Mm-hmm. That sounds good. Well, let's talk some more, friend. It's been really fun talking with you. I'm glad you dropped by. How did you hear about Bull City Hangout?
Uh, I somehow popped up on my Facebook. I don't.
Good.
I don't know. I must have been, I must have gone down that rabbit hole that you
Mm-hmm.
can get lost in sometimes.
Yeah.
And 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 honestly, I don't remember. And I said, "Oh, well, this is new. This is interesting." And yeah, and honestly, because I'm not really in touch with what's going on in Durham, I'm in my own little world here and
Mhm.
whatnot. It's always nice to know the little things that are going on,
Oh, yeah.
especially if you have company come to town.
Mhm.
Uh, or something, hey, let's go here. They're having a balloon festival, or they're having this festival, or what have you.
Mhm.
So,
Exactly.
and as a family as a whole, we are trying to um, eat at more of the locally owned establishments.
There you
We're
go.
trying to
Mhm.
do our part to help get them back on their feet. And I know that there are so many places out there that we haven't been to that.
And so many of them have just they've been like the great wonderful citizens in that they've been giving away food
Yeah,
and
yeah,
helping people in need without any, you know, advertising, not marketing themselves at all,
right.
just trying to help the community, and they totally deserve our patronage for sure.
Now, do we have access to something that has a list of all the downtown, private ownerships?
Yeah, um check Downtown Durham Inc.
Okay,
Downtown Durham Inc. promotes downtown.
all right.
And actually on certain weekends they have um what do they call it? Oh, I forgot what they call it. But anyway, they close off part of the streets in certain parts of downtown and encourage people to shop and
Yeah.
eat and hang out and like a reintroduction
Uh
because a
huh.
lot of us have been inside for an entire year.
Right. Right.
So yeah, so downtown, definitely check the website of Downtown Durham Inc.
I will do that.
and they do have a list and they do promote the local businesses and the eateries. So yeah. So thanks again, Fran. And if you have some time, just drop by DurhamSkyWriter.com and poke around and check out the website. I call it a community paper. It started out in print, but of course everything's online now.
Yeah.
So I don't call it a website. I just call it an online community paper. So, and if you know anyone who wants to drop by and promote something on Bull City Hangout, they're more than welcome to. Just let them know about Durham Skywriter. I would love that.
All righty.
Okay, Fran. Thanks a lot for very nice meeting you.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Take care.
Okay, you as well. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That was so fun. I love it when people drop by. So you can do so anytime you want. Bull City Hangout is weekdays, noon on the Durham Skywriter Facebook page. Don't forget to share this out, by the way, so the more people can find out what's happening in Durham. Don't forget also to follow the Durham Skywriter page. That would be awesome. So I think I'll go. It's not rain. Well, let's see. I'm over here on Cap Street near Durham Tech. It's only drizzling right now, but we're supposed to have 100% thunderstorms. In fact, let me check real quick, and then I'll let you go. Let's see. Right now, they're now saying the thunderstorm, so it's 12:42. So we're supposed to have a full-fledged thunderstorm at 1 o'clock, and then again at 3, and then cloudy the rest of the day. And tomorrow, wait a minute. Tonight, we're going to have thunderstorms tonight. And then tomorrow, partly sunny all day, no rain. Good. So with that, you have a beautiful day. Be sure to check out Durham Skywriter. That's Durham's online community paper at DurhamSkyWriter.com. Have a beautiful day. See you tomorrow at noon for Bull City Hangout. Ciao for now.